When you should lead your team, it means that you should understand what steps are and how you're moving forward. My approach is like in ancient China, when doctors were paid when the patients are healthy. I would say that a lot of our employees were so skeptic about what are you going to do to draw something, and it can be some kind of a diagnostic for every company when your team is drawing something.
Where you holding the team mandala and they are creating the next pattern. Meloria has built a diagnostic platform. Team burnout level is going to orange. So we do not push them to do things that they don't like. What is your way how to prevent burnout? And tendency is still shifting towards this culture of taking care of people and things from head.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name is Anastasia Mocane, and I am the founder of Meloria Latvia. From now on, we are doing set of interviews with the chief executive who run in big companies or small companies, of course, and who has experience with people burnout. And today is our special guest is Diana. Diana, please introduce yourself.
Nana, first of all, I'd like to thank you for inviting me. It's always nice to share your experience with somebody else. And to make story short, I'm C-level HR. I'm working as well as a fractional CHRO and running my own recruiting company, mainly in tech industry. So I'm from both sides, from owners and as founder and from a C-level managers as well.
This is so interesting that exactly Chief People Officer is opening this set of interviews. Thank you again.
Thank you.
So, Diana, I will have my first question. What, in your experience, are the top 3 people-related risks or challenges right now at this moment?
Okay. I think that nowadays there is no people problem issues. I would say there are some execution risks that are shown through people. And the first one I would mention leadership by scalability. What do I mean by that? I think that many companies have faced that they hire individual performers or contributors were promoted to elite positions. Mm-hmm. And if you are individual, you're working under pressure, it's okay. But when you should lead your team, it means that you should understand what steps are and how you're moving forward. So leadership scalability is the first one I would mention. Second one, I would mention people-related risk with impact on a business is hidden overload. Mm-hmm. I'm from fintech, from tech companies, and a lot of companies are growing so quickly that people are working under pressure and they keep silence. So they're working, and it can be seen when their productivity drops. It can be seen that some problems are happening. And the third one, I would mention that it can be retention of key persons, key professionals. What do I mean by that? It's not about some mass turnover. No, it's not about it, but 2-3 key person when they have burnout or where they are leaving companies because of the burnout or because of different other reasons. It can impact, first of all, delivery, and the second one thing, it can dramatically impact culture.
Fantastic. And have you seen in maybe in your organization that you currently servicing? That would be the right word to say, right? Servicing?
Providing services.
Providing services. Some kind of systematic approach or diagnostic for people to measure what condition they are currently in, or what HR or what companies are doing now to understand what level of stress people.
Of course, it depends on the company. In the tech companies, as I mentioned, they are growing so quickly, and sometimes there is no even HR resource who's measuring and who's making some surveys. My approach is like in ancient China, when doctors were paid when the patients are healthy, and they're not paid when something is going wrong and the patients are sick. So my approach is to be proactive and to make some surveys just to measure stress, and also one-on-one meetings with the leaders is some kind of possibility to feel what is happening. And for that, leaders should understand what they're doing and what for. It's not just about some conversation or how I'm doing. No, it's about foreseeing what problems can be when, for example, your employee and your lead is telling about I'm under the stress. What are you doing to? How are you dealing with that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, fantastic. Diana, I would like to share maybe to the audience that Meloria provided services for the team building for your one of your clients, where you participated, of course.
Yeah.
And for me, it was incredibly insightful how team cannot meet each other in real life and then gather in one
Yeah.
place and be so, they were so open, they were so creative, they were like one big family, but the family actually never met. This was incredible. How did you do this atmosphere for people? It was so good.
Of course, culture matters, and when you're speaking about values, and not only speaking on or values are put on a wall, it's one thing. But when you're working and you're really into people, so it's team spirit is shown. And thank you for our team building. It happened last year, and I would say that a lot of our employees were so skeptic about what are you going to do to draw something. At the end, they couldn't stop. And and it was fantastic when everyone took impact on the whole picture. And of course, I understand that it's almost perfect picture because it's a culture already in our company, and it can be some kind of a diagnostic for every company when your team is drawing something.
Absolutely. You know, I was looking at the pictures just recently, maybe months ago, and I found the video where you holding the team mandala and they are creating the next pattern. And I understood that this mandala of the team was the most symmetric, the most harmonized, and you could, like you said, by diagnostic, you can diagnose that this team is synchronized with each other. Absolutely. We should put a video of that mandala. It's amazing. Okay. So how do employees perceive stress or burnout topic in your culture?
Maybe I can share my experience overall working with many companies, as if I share that everything is perfect in our company, nobody would believe. So just overall, I think it depends on leadership values or how openly can employees speak about their problems. If you asked about our company, as I mentioned, one-on-one meetings and that approach that you can share everything, it's one of the biggest values for people joining or working in a company. But if we are speaking overall, if your employees can be open and they are not thinking how my every word will impact my career path, or some bonuses, etc. Of course, if I'm strong, I am a high contributor, I'm running somewhere, I can have bonuses, I'm valued, I won't be fired if some restructurization is coming. But if culture is putting your employees to be open, honest, and direct, not only in the words but sharing what they're feeling, it's the most important. So answering your questions, you should build that culture with leadership style when everybody can share.
And I guess your part of this would be working directly with C-level,
Yeah.
and helping them how it is to create this healthy culture.
Yes, for sure. And as you mentioned, I think that some team buildings like drawing mandala or just playing some games is also some possibility for employees to share what is happening, how do they feel under the pressure.
And Diana, if I tell you that Meloria has built a diagnostic platform that you can give to your employees, they fill this up and they see, only them see the current state. We are not, we try not to share this sensitive information to the HR or to the leadership, because it's essential not to expose the state of employees. But we are measuring the overall health of the team. So would this be something that interests your company?
Okay, then sorry, question from my side to come.
Yeah.
If I am as an HR can't read or approach the results, what can I do? Okay, I see some summary and some overall vision that there's some problem. And what is the next step?
So we are offering a short program, and we show you the team overall health. So for example, if you selected 7 people, 7 people filled in the burnout assessment, and you see that your team burnout level is going to orange. We proposing you a set of programs like sound healing, art therapy, some body therapy, because some people are kinesthetic and they don't like drawing or listening to the music, they need some movement. And within 3 months, we're looking at their results, and if we see that it's going down, we carry on this practice. If we see that it's affecting, then usually we consult with the HR. We're saying that at this moment, this looks like it's psychological issues, maybe personal psychological, so we should do something else.
Okay, it sounds quite promising, as it's better to prevent some things than to make a lot of steps to make our organization more health and without some burnout. Okay, and of course, just for my understanding, I'm receiving the results. You are proposing some steps, but if the company is 100 employees, what are you doing in that case?
So in this case, we're proposing to bring into the groups rather than seeing overall picture. So let's say sales department, marketing department, DevOps department, and we would bring them into 5 to 6 groups. Then we would take this measurement, keep the measurement as a team level, and then after every single month, we repeat the tests, which is burnout test and preference test, because sometimes when person is going to recovery, it might change its preferences. So maybe at that point, 1 month ago, it was very easy with ODL acceptance. But now the body feels stronger, it wants more movement, and that's why we do reassessment on a monthly basis. And then we see the burnout level if it's going down, and how the team perceives all the with feedback. Of course, we're talking to the employees and we're talking to HR. We're doing checklist as well with the after session questionnaire. So we keep this into like more structured, but everything is within the platform. And you, as a let's say, as a company who bought the service, can go into the company profile and see what is happening with every single team on a monthly basis. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But employee has their own profile with the marketplace, so we do not push them to do things that they don't like. They can select, of course, at the moment it's not like 25 different practices, but still we have a good list of maybe 17 different therapies that they can choose from, but according to the VAKD test, which is visual, audio, kinesthetic, and digital.
Okay, thank you. Sounds quite interesting. But for example, HR is about adaptation, about health in a company. CFO is about data. And do you have some business metrics you can measure simultaneously with that burnout?
Yes, absolutely. We will be looking at the sick leaves numbers, we will be looking at retention rate, and we will be looking at these are the two most important metrics. I might miss something, but sick leaves and retention rate.
Oh, okay, great, thank you. Sorry, I'm asking questions.
It's absolutely.
What does it mean when you invite HR to a meeting? Sorry.
Let's go to the people. Let's go to the burnout. What, in your opinion, is the red flag or some kind of mark that now we have to do something? Because I'm asking, when I'm visiting now different expos, I'm meeting different HRs, and I'm asking, what is your way how to prevent burnout, and what are your activities? Some amazing activities they do in monthly Wellbeing day. So they invite different therapists, they invite even masseurs, they do the yoga, they do very interesting practices. Once per month Wellbeing day. Some already have Wellbeing department, and they are practicing. They are looking for companies like Meloria, to provide services. So they might. I see that tendency is still shifting towards this culture of taking care of people and their health. But what would be like massive red flags that you already sense that no, we cannot do it like this, we have to do something?
Okay, first of all, I would start from a little bit different point, as such activities you mentioned are great when you have a strong leadership capability. And if, for example, leaders communicate in a clear way in a company, you know what are your goals. Of course, unpredictable situation can happen, and it's normal in our world. If leadership capability is low, communication is unclear, you can make 100 any kind of activities, it doesn't help at all. So up to me, it's great when you have built already some things what can help feel employees already in your company safe, with a clear path, with understanding. And added value, of course, should be, as without it, you can't handle everything. But it's like building a house. When you don't have your foundation, nothing can be built.
Or, I think it's not always the best way how to describe, but the fish head stinks. Fish stinks from head.
And why it's so important to make activities you mentioned not just 1 in 3 years, but in some way you understand that after 3 months I can measure it, and if there are some problems, you can already handle and do something with that. But if you are doing if you are running like a crazy squirrel, doing that activity, so what is the result? No result.
What is the result? Yeah, it needs to be structured and measured.
Yeah.
And that's the approach of Meloria, to be structured and measured.
Yes, and that's what I value in your approach, because red flag for me is over-promising. When somebody is contacting me about some programs, about some activities, and over-promising that we will heal everything, even if you don't have any problems, we'll heal anyway. But when you structure and when you are showing what business metric can be measured and what impact can be, that's the most important things.
And I guess the last question I would have, which is super important, not only for Meloria but also for my MBA project, is to understand how companies are looking into allocating budget currently into the well-being or people retention or reducing sick leaves. How does this metric work?
Of course, first of all, it's a retention rate. That's the first one. And when retention rate is about less than 20%, it's okay. So almost okay. But when you have a higher retention rate, you should take a lot of steps and to build a strategy just to stop it. It's the first thing you can see. Burnout can be shown very easily when you have some high performance, high contributors, and suddenly they become not a low performance, but they started to be sometimes aggressive. Sometimes they are silent. They are not making some discussions, or they're not participating in the discussions. And it can be felt when the company is small, but when the company is big, it's impossible to measure it or to see it. It can be only seen. So first of all, it depends on the company size. And the second one is that this measurement can be, if they're anonymous, they can show what problems are. It's not some data, it's just some sharing the thoughts. But if we're speaking about the data, so retention rate is the most impacting. Yeah.
And then I guess the job of the leadership is to budget something to stop it, right?
For sure, to escalate it to, if company is bigger and if it's holding, just to escalate that issue to a higher or to C-level position, that I see that there's some problem. And you already mentioned that sick leaves are also some measurement when you see that in one department everybody is on a sick leave twice, 3 times in a month. It's a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I have with my customer currently, we have a quite interesting challenge, and we see that people who are the most responsible for this challenge already taken sick leave. And that's not because they got sick, it's because the challenge is too much, and yes, we are not kind of doing anything to support them.
Yeah, and I would say that burnout, it's not a people silence issue, it's a more management system issue.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Diana. It was great pleasure to open this project, to open this conversation, and also help my MBA.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for inviting.
And surely follow Meloria in social platforms, because here we're going to discuss more about people retention, stress, burnout, and of course more about well-being. Like this video and leave the comment of which company maybe you work in or you admire that is dealing with stress, retention, sick leaves, or already placing some great things for well-being.